I haven't done this in a while. I thought I would do something different. Something like let's read Hacker News and Lobsters together. So, as you can see, I come here a lot. I talk a lot. I think I have a lot to say. Um, but I have really found a lot of value from these two websites. So, let me just read some and record my thoughts on what I read. And I don't know how long this will be, but let's do that. So, what is Hacker News, by the way? So, Hacker News is it's the website for the VC firm behind Y Combinator, which is a storied startup incubator. Often you'll see people do stuff like show, and they'll put um, their startups here. In fact, show Y Combinator Dropbox here. Uh, Dropbox launched here. Um, and a lot of people comment and talk about it. I think there was a famous one where it was like, what do I need Dropbox for? I'll just have FTP or blah, blah, blah. And um, fast forward, and Dropbox is a multi-billion-dollar company. So anyways, that's just an idea. So what is interesting here? So this is like the main page where things get upvoted, and you can see this has been, for example, this has been upvoted 133 times. It meets the main page. There's this new tab for things that have just been posted recently. To post something, you need an account, obviously, but you go to your account and you go to, oh no, sorry, you go to submit, and you either add a title and a URL or a title and some text, and you do your submission. My dog in the background. Here's some of my submissions. Currently, I'm trying to use this to drive traffic to my blog. If I write something that I think is interesting for this audience, I will post it here. It may or may not be. I also post things like the tools that I find interesting, etc., etc. I like to drive the conversation. I like to see what my peers are saying, and so that's why I will submit stuff. So anyways, let's look at this. I was actually looking at this recently. So this is a VPN that does not do any logging or tracking. So if you want to search for videos of Hollywood variety that have fallen off of a truck, maybe you might need a VPN for such things. Anyways, the reason it's on Hacker News is because a popular VPN, Movad, which rose to popularity for me anyway, on Hacker News, based on the idea that they were raided by, I think, the Finnish police or the Swiss police, and because they don't log, they didn't have anything to show. So they were able to live up to their no logging, privacy first mantras and their selling point. So anyways, Movad got rid of port forwarding, which makes it very difficult to do things like BitTorrent. And so Azure VPN is making news for allowing port forwarding. I don't know if they're good or not. I don't know if they're worth using if you need that. Today I don't really see much interesting in the way of interesting topics here on the main page. This is always interesting. Let's read this. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are often posted that go way over my head. A lot of the esoteric, like math stuff, I think this is about like, yeah, information theory. So this would be something that I would read probably 100 times, um, and probably not really understand. But it's interesting. It's exposed to readers of the site that wouldn't be otherwise. I wouldn't really see this unless I was on a place that had these sorts of articles. For example, a lot a site that I used to visit way back in the day before I learned about uh, Y Combinator, Hacker News. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Yeah. So, anyways, this was quite nice. Before Y Combinator, before Hacker News, I guess you would get the slash dot effect. So something would get posted here, and then it would hit your site, and your site would basically get DDoSed. It would get denial of service, where so many requests were getting to it that it would fall over. And to have that kind of popularity could make or break your game, your company, your blog, whatever. So I think it's been now that Slashdot has been sold and it's kind of lost its luster, for me anyway, Hacker News is where everything is. For better or worse, right? People say, oh, the Hacker News crowd, they always crap on things, or I posted something here and I got attacked by the mob, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is interesting. Make monoliths. What is the title? Make microservices look like monoliths. Oh, it could be interesting. Node.js. It's not really a language that I'm, or a backend framework that I'm most familiar with. JavaScript is something I really need to invest some time in learning. It enables you to effortlessly switch between monolith and microservice architectures. Okay. Is this TypeScript? Hmm. Interesting. Seems like a rather robust service. One thing that I find that as when people post their, you know, cool GitHub projects is they are often like super early. So if I see a project and I think, oh yeah, maybe I'll use this at work, or I'll adopt this, but it's missing some like really key features, I forget about it and I don't go back to it. So if you're going to launch something that's as close to a 1.0 as you can. And then I really think that if you do, you'll see adoption take off. So what else is here? Post. Oh yeah. This I believe, actually. Most tech writing is BS. In the last few years, I've been working and talking with other developers. I've noticed a repetitive pattern. It's been troubling me a lot, and I keep thinking and talking a lot, trying to understand, or even excuse. Why are you taking this stretch? I don't know. It's some article. I don't know. I copy pasted from X. Ah, I see. Pattern is consuming instead of creating, consuming without questioning, consuming and hiding behind an authority. Yeah. We do this. I once joined a startup, and we had never done startups before, and our whole development was Hacker News based development. So what does that mean? It means without a service or a product, We were like, okay, we're gonna do microservices because that was cool at the time. We're gonna do Kubernetes because that was cool at the time, and we're gonna try and make this work. Oh, and it's gonna be language agnostic. So some services were written in C Sharp, some were in Python. I think others were in a different language. The front end was JavaScript, of course. So yeah, it's just insane. So, and why? We didn't vet them. We didn't understand them. We just did them because we read it somewhere. It was really, really, really stupid. Beginning of my career, I would never ever post anything technical on the internet. I thought if someone was brave enough to post a blog post or take part in tech discussion, they always knew what they were doing. It couldn't be more wrong. Yeah, kind of the fake it till you make it. Most technical content on the internet is BS. This blog post may be BS. Tutorials show harmful patterns, articles have plenty of conceptual mistakes, and people are not perfect either. Senior developers are always not good developers. Man, there's a lot of gems in this article. Hmm. Like this. This is awesome. What other stuff do they have? I like this blog too. I like the way it's set up. It's I, it's very similar to mine. Oh, geez. Um, I mean, it looks nicer, obviously, but uh, I like the simple approach. And I think the person might be a woman. I'm just gonna assume the pronoun here. Don't cancel me. She, I guess. I like her blog. Full stack dev from Poland. Cool. Um, I like reading about database stuff, so I will come back to this one probably. All right, let's go back to Hacker News. So, oh, this is interesting. I work for a food delivery company, so this should be this should be interesting. Out discounting high food's bid to become Latin America's last mile delivery king. Coupon crazy Brazilian app figured out how to beat Uber Eats. Blah blah blah. Consolidating the flyers. Okay, so. Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Isn't really. Main page has food, blah blah blah. So far, so normal. Let's focus on coupons. Yes, I have discount, but iFood puts them front and center, showering users with hundreds of potential deals. The app even has a subscription program where you pay for 5 extra coupons, each worth just under $2. So pay $2.65, get $2. Interesting. Now they control 80. I wonder if they're profitable. That's the thing. Virtual monopoly. Uber Eats left. Didi does not operate. They might be a monopoly, but I doubt they're profitable. I guess if they're the only game in town, they could charge the vendors anything they want. It's interesting. This also looks interesting. 20 lightweight case studies on non-capitalistic business. Post-growth practices. Huh. iFixit, swap flights? Okay. Mud jeans, bear made? Let's check out bear made, I guess. Bags for wellness people, for profit. Focus on longevity. Let's not limit to growth. Captives production at 25 bags per week. Interesting. Huh. I like this. I might buy one of their bags. And they take bags and oh man, that's awesome. I have a Patagonia backpack that has lasted almost as long as my marriage. About 6 years, I think, and it's kind of falling apart a little bit. But the best thing about Patagonia is they take things back. You ship it to them. They'll fix it. Probably not replace it, but they'll fix it up and send it back to you. And it's I think it's better for the environment than making a whole new bag. Huh. What are they? They're called Bear Made. Let's check them out. Bear Made bags. Bear Made. Ugh. Okay, here, finally. In Britain. Okay. These are some cool bags. They kind of have a fall raven kind of look to them. That's cool. Let's see how much these bad boys cost. Oof. Never mind. Out of my price point. But you know, for a lifetime bag, it's not bad. Hmm. It's definitely a cool bag. I will hold on to them. Alright, well, thank you, Hacker News. That was interesting. Alright, one more before we go over to lobsters. Let's see. I don't know much about front end at all. So let's see what they say here. So JavaScript can be used to tamper with copy and paste. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I see. So for Mastodon's copy paste, that's interesting. Huh. All right. Let's check out this blog. Depth of computer science, where? Ah, Toronto. Oh, cool. So let's go back to the blog. Wandering thoughts. What else is here? Where your program's config file should go today. Ah, so this person's active on the Fediverse. I'm gonna have to probably follow them. Traditional example there, where config and DB, there's XTG, yeah. It's a Linuxy thing. Oh yeah, I don't even know, that's old. I voted 2, 1, 3, but really you should only support 1 and 3. What? Okay, if you're starting from scratch today, only the XTG approach. Home.config is less clutter. Yeah, I agree. I don't want things outside of the home directory though. I like them there. Yeah, it can be cluttered. It's no worse than like Windows registry though. Curious what they are using for comments. Let's go back to yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this later. But yeah, I like their inline comments. Thinking of a way to add this to my own blog. Oh man. Cool. All right, let's go to lobsters over here. So just immediately, this is kind of so this is, I guess, a competitor to Hacker News. To log in, you need an invitation. And to get an invitation, I don't know. I haven't fully read this yet, but yeah, I would really like to join because I like I like the chat and the comments that happen here. It's awesome. Okay, so anyways, I'm a big fan of ZFS, so anytime I read this, or anytime I see something about that, I would like to read about it. Oh, and this is fairly new, which is always nice. Home server, yeah, it's often what it's used for. 4 drives. Backups. Uses Ansible, okay. And it just goes and talks about concepts behind ZFS, how they're laying it out. Oh, really cool stuff. Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is awesome. Snapshots, amazing. Yeah, ZFS on root is a pain. Don't use this swap, yep. And don't fill it pat. Yeah, this is all true. Yep, this is correct. Yeah, oh man, this is a really good blog. Yeah, it's an amazing blog. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, all of this stuff is awesome. Pythonic library APIs. So Python is a language that I enjoy, that I use a lot, and so anytime better engineers than myself write something about it, I like learning about that. So some principles I found useful for designing good Python library APIs, including structure, naming, error handling, type annotations, and more. It's written a version of a talk this person gave. Ben Hoyt. Cool. I always have issues with errors, so let's talk about errors. In Python, errors should almost always be raised as exceptions. There's a built-in exception hierarchy you can use. For example, you could use some. So def order chips, fish none, if chips, value error, value error, value error. Okay.
There's no value in defining a custom exception type. However, if your error needs to provide additional information, a custom exception, yeah, this all I understand, I know. Oh, interesting. This I haven't seen this before. So anytime I would subclass exception to create my own exceptions, I would just give it a name and then basically do a pass here so that I would have a named exception. But it didn't really dawn on me that you could pass it parameters and then have a useful exception with like fields. That makes sense. Yeah. So that's really cool. Huh, that's awesome. All right, let's check out our lobster stuff. I'll go back to that article. Compressor. Oh, compression's always interesting. Let's check that out. A general purpose written in Crablang. Ah, okay, so this is the fork of Rust. After the Rust brouhaha that happened over the something about a presenter at a conference that kind of and then it got overruled. Yeah, there's a lot of drama there, a lot of mismanagement, I think, by the Rust team. And then it was forked. Okay, general purpose compressor. Input data is encoded. Okay, cool. How is it used? Huh, okay. Encode, decode. So bzip or ZZ standard XZ. Okay, that's cool. So 100 megs compressed down to 27 megs. That's not bad. Gzip, bzip2. Okay. So 400 megs. XZ, bzip2. Oh, 31 seconds versus. Oof. That's a long time. 35. Z standard. Ugh, it's terrible. Oh, interesting. Decoding this. That's probably why Z standard is used. Like sites can send Z standard in compressed things, and then the client decodes it very, very quickly. It's much faster here. Huh. I think this is actually doing the opposite of what it's trying to, because compresses as good as Z standard 19 while being 10 times faster. But being 10 times faster in what? It's 10 times faster in compression. Okay, interesting. But I think the use case is most people compress once, decompress often, right? Like in binaries that are sent or archives that are shared with multiple people. It's compressed once, stored somewhere on a S3, and then shared a bunch of times. So in that case, Z standard compression from the Facebook folks makes a lot more sense. All right, let's take one more gander at lobsters. This is already a 30-minute video. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. And then let's see if there's one more. I think. Let's look at this. Cool. Oh, and I've seen this before. This is, okay. This is a really cool web server. I remember reading about this on Hacker News actually. I've wanted. Okay, I'll come back to this. All right, so let's look at. There's another cool Linux blog. So I'm gonna check this blog out here for later. I don't use Plasma. I use i3, a tiling window manager. Most like KDE and GNOME, Pop Shell. Even macOS is doing this. They're adopting ever so slowly tiling abilities. I like i3. It's old, but it's stable and it's great. It still gets contributions, but yeah, I'm just a big fan of this. Of it. It's simple. It's lightweight. It gets out of the way. I just need a terminal and a few windows for a browser or two, and I'm good to go. And that's all I need. So it looks like Plasma 6 will be like a cleanup. Why does this stuff take so long to do all this code maintenance stuff? Porting is easy, but if you don't do any QA, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, one of my first jobs in high school was working at Xerox, and they were a big Solaris shop, Sun Solaris, and that was all Unix, and it was kind of mainframey because we had these really dumb terminals attached to, I think, flat screens, and I think they would just connect in. And anyways, the desktop looked like this. It's crazy. So I might look at like setting this up just for the nostalgia. That's crazy. Huh. That's cool. Red bean. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. All right, well, this is what I do probably way too often. I come here and I look at what's cool on Hacker News and what's cool on Lobster. Sometimes I'll go to Twitter and see what's cool there. What's happening here? Oh, this could be interesting. But oh, what? I don't think he can run for president if he's not a U.S. born citizen. The law would have to change. That'd be interesting. Looks like there's some interesting articles that will be coming up. You know what? Let me vote so that they get there. I think that's interesting. We could talk about that. That's also interesting. Cognitive driven development. Okay. Cello like electrode. Okay. Yeah. Anything Golang is on my radar. GitHub projects. Oh, this could be cool. Steam Deck server. Yeah, let's see what the designing Pythonic. I think we already. Yeah. Build better ties instead of only asking for microchip. Taiwan sells 0. Ah, interesting. Taiwan is tired of being just the chips country. Even they try to avoid all Musk things. And this is interesting. Steven Sinofsky is a legend. Well, I hope these things make it to the front page, and if not, I will still read them. But yeah, thanks for watching.